alongside Sean Morris. My name is Jeff Levering as the Hawkeyes look to remain perfect 1-0 on the season as they take on Coppin State. As we take a look at our starting lineups presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. And Sean, you look at the Hawkeyes, 4 seniors in the starting lineup.
And Jeff, those 4 seniors are joined by a new name. Dom Yule inserted into the lineup this afternoon in place of the injured Peter Jock, who rolled his ankle versus Gardner Webb last time out.
Terry Harris, a guy to look for Coppin State here this afternoon. He is making his first start with the Eagles. The tip is underway, and Coppin State has control. Already a drive to the bucket and a block by Utah. Iowa going the other way. Mike Gazelle running the point for Iowa. Utah trying to get it going early. He's got the bucket.
Jeff, really good job of running the secondary break by Iowa. Utah takes his defender down to the baseline, then comes off a little curl cut coming right at you here. Good job of creating separation, set up that little rub screen, chance for a... Oh, they waved it off. I thought they gave it to him.
Looked like they did.
Yeah.
Still on the scoreboard. Utah's going to get it. Gazelle driving. Kicks it back out to Woodbury. Now Clemens from 3. Off the mark. Rebounded by Woodbury in another possession. Utah jacks up a 3 and he's off. Coppin State's going to have the possession now.
And Jeff, rebounding was a problem for Coppin State all last year. They were minus 11 rebounding margin, dead last in Division I.
First shot from Terry Harris is short. This is a team that likes to run. Coppin State defense is going to be paramount this afternoon for Iowa. Gazelle from 3. Nothing but the bottom.
And a good job by Gazelle following the lead of Utah from the initial possession, coming off a nice screen, coming off shoulder to shoulder off that screen with Woodbury.
5-0 is the score. That bucket did count for Jared Utah. Got the possession anyway. Harris triple teamed. Ewell with that good defensive pressure. Lay in there. That's Christian Kessie. Big time scorer. Out in front of everybody is Clemens. And he takes it to the rack for 2.
Points in the paint absolutely destroyed Coppin State in their season opener versus Eastern Kentucky. They gave up 60 points in the paint.
It's a team that likes to get out and shoot just like they are now. Don't have a lot of post presence. Same before the season. Head coach Michael Grant said if he thought we put up a lot of threes last year, wait till this season.
Good job by Woodbury of establishing position, but rather than shooting the ball, he kind of flipped it up there, needed to square his shoulders.
This is Kessie. Top of the key out to Seymour. 15 on the shot clock for Coppin State. Now with 10, that's Kessie. And he's short, and a rebound by Woodbury. Big pace by Iowa so far, knocked away as Clemens tried to hit Utah. Take a look at the head coach of Iowa, Fran McCaffrey, in his 6th season here in Iowa City. Took his club to the NCAA tournament a year ago. 3 straight seasons with at least 20 wins. Inside to Clemens. Good cut by the senior guard.
Nice little wheel cut there by Clemens. Excellent execution on the inbounds.
Coppin State really works that perimeter, and a foul inside. They're going to get Utah on the foul.
Coming off 2 rub screens was Clemens. Nice job of creating offensive patience, and Clemens the beneficiary.
9-2 Iowa out in front early. And they've had some really good looks inside. High percentage shots. From the outside, Coppin State misses. That's Shivers. And they've come out ice cold, 1 for 6 from the floor to start. Utah inside to Woodbury and a foul inside. They'll get Bats on on the foul as we look at Michael Grant in his second season at the helm of Coppin State. Last year 8 and 24, but this is a guy with 260 career wins, most of those in Division II with Stillman College. Utah for the floater. Iowa's got a 9-point lead.
And a big reason, because of the size advantage, Iowa recognizing that points in the paint certainly to the advantage of Iowa thus far.
Kessie from the free throw line, and Coppin State can't buy a bucket. Iowa looking to push. Clemens with a good ball fake, drives the lane, now outside. Utah. That's a pure stroke.
Nice job by Clemens of utilizing the ball fake, and then an outstanding delivery. The pass to Utah allowed him to go right up into his shooting pocket. As a result, Jeff,
boy, these Hawkeyes are getting some really good looks early inside.
And they're sharing the basketball extremely well. 6 made field goals thus far by Iowa, all coming via the assist. 4 of those 6 assists from Mike Gazelle, coming off an outstanding performance last time out versus Gardner-Webb, where he had 9 assists.
It's that senior leadership that we've seen from Iowa. Not many teams can boast 4 starters that are seniors.
A lot of teams don't have 4 seniors on the roster.
When you look at Coppin State, they have 1. Shot from 3, doesn't get the roll. That was Harris.
And Harris is a nice player. He's coming off a double-double performance in his debut in a Coppin State uniform last time versus Eastern Kentucky.
Inside to Woodbury. Backing it in. Nice touch with the left hand from Woodbury. He's a big key for this Iowa team inside. Got to keep him on the floor. Blocked by Utah.
Yeah, to pay off your point, Jeff, foul trouble has kind of hindered Adam Woodbury in his first 3 years here in Iowa City, but with Gabe Olashini and Aaron White moving on, that size allowing him that luxury of playing with some fouls, not there this year.
Dom Ewell, the sophomore, with a triple. He's starting in the place of Peter Jock. And that one got nothing but air from Terry Harris. Iowa is on a 13-0 run as we look inside at Woodbury.
They go inside to Woodbury, understanding they have the size advantage and good offensive patience by Woodbury, sensing that the double team wasn't forthcoming, just shot over the top.
Played in 106 career games as Woodbury. He's only not started 1 as Utah hits another triple, and Iowa is up big, 21-2.
And a good job of moving without the ball there by Utah. A little bit of the jab step, got the defender to bite, then faded to the corner.
They go inside up high off the window. Utah grabs the rebound. This is not what head coach Michael Grant wanted to see out of his Eagles today, but give a lot of credit to Iowa. The starting 5, they're working well together. Going to get an offensive foul inside on Woodbury. We'll see our first substitution of the ball game for Iowa. As Ahmad Wagner is going to check in. Talented freshman from just outside of Columbus, Ohio.
And Wagner really active on the offensive glass for Iowa last time out. He had 8 rebounds, 6 of the offensive variety versus Gardner-Webb.
And just in 9 minutes as well.
That's called efficiency.
It is. Graham McCaffrey said he wanted to get him into the game in the first half, just wasn't working. All that action in the second half. Drive by Sylvester. Couldn't get it. Look at the defensive pressure swelling into the middle from Iowa. Utah for the good ball fake from the free throw line, and he's short. Rebound and the putback off the bottom of the backboard. You're going to get a foul as Brady Ellingson will get a shot at 2.
Nice rotation defensively by Iowa. Good job of eliminating the opportunity at the rim, and Coppin State, nothing easy thus far. And no second chance opportunities for Coppin State. And the Eagles, they struggled in a lot of areas versus Eastern Kentucky in their season opener. Offensive rebounding, not one of those areas. They had 20 second chance opportunities.
Coppin State just 1 for 13 from the floor. Ellingson knocks down the first. Iowa's up by 20. Brady Ellingson, 23 off the bench. 23 minutes off the bench, I should say. Scored 4 points against Gardner-Webb. Freshman who played a couple of games last year. Injured his foot. Redshirted. So redshirt freshman Brady Ellingson. Dale Jones, talented transfer, checks in for the Hawkeyes. And a steal by Gazelle. 3-on-1, and he's going to smartly pull it back. And a turnover by Ellingson as he was trying to hit the slashing Wagner. Kessie, that's good.
That's a tough shot. Ewell did a pretty good job of keeping him in front, but a nice job by Kessie.
Iowa on the run. Ellington's going to get the bucket, and they're going to get a foul as well. Chance for a three-point play by Brady Ellingson.
Well, Iowa got the ball out of the net quickly and up the floor before Coppin State could get situated defensively. And that push in the back came after the made field goal by Ellington.
Second time we've seen that on the first possession that Utah made that bucket. Had a foul after the fact. That's why Iowa retained possession. Dom Ewell from 3. Couldn't get that one. Coppin State on the move. That's Treadwell inside. Tough shot. Josh Treadwell, transfer from Essex County College. Jones swings it out. Ewell from 3. And he's off the mark on that one. He's 1 for 3 from distance so far. Coppin State not afraid to jack up threes. Kessie misses there. 14th in the country last year in three-pointers was Coppin State. As Ellington makes a bucket. Iowa back up by 20. Noticing everything out on the perimeter from Coppin State.
Yeah, they're basically playing 5 out, none in.
Nearly a turnover, 10 on the clock, and a turnover now is Wagner going the other way, and he's fouled. Iowa up by 20, and it's the Big Ten versus the Big East. Two storied conferences meet in the inaugural Gavitt tip-off games. Games are coming to BTN and FS1. It all starts on Tuesday. Really good matchups there. Nebraska, Villanova, Xavier, Michigan on Friday. These Hawkeyes will be in Milwaukee against Marquette. Get a chance to see the young Henry Ellenson. New personnel in there for Iowa. Struggles down low. And a three-pointer good by Lucian Brownlee.
Nice utilization of the dribble drive, forcing Iowa to kind of spread out defensively. That allowed the step-in 3.
Clemens goes baseline floater. Too strong, but a foul. Clemens going to go to the line. As Iowa getting a great performance from Utah.
A lot of experience in that starting space off one dribble. The ability to get from the old hash mark to the rim in one dribble. One of the many things that will be remembered by Roy Marble here in Iowa City.
Anthony Clemens at the line, knocks down the first. Subs in for Iowa. Nicholas Baer, who was a redshirt last year. He's in for the first time, number 51 down low. Coppin State back on offense. Mentioning Roy Marble, the Hawkeyes paying tribute to him all year long. Uniforms, little logo on the upper right shoulder so that they remember their fallen star of yesteryear.
With really good defensive sequence by Iowa, very active.
Bear inside. Brady Ellingson with the ball, and talking with Fran McCaffrey before the game today, he is really high on Brady Ellingson.
Yeah, he played a few games, as you mentioned, Jeff, a year ago before succumbing to a foot injury, and they like what he brings. This is where he makes his living. Went to the foul line a ton in high school because of his ability to stretch you out. If you don't close out under control, he can get by you and is not afraid of contact.
Scored over 1,700 points in his high school career at Hamilton High School in Sussex, Wisconsin, a suburb just north of Milwaukee. Ellingson's got 7 points as he'll take a seat on the bench. And another talented freshman, Andrew Fleming, checks in. McDonald's All-American nominee out of Oak Hill Academy. Really impressive recruiting from Fran McCaffrey. Getting some real athletes here in Iowa. On rebound out to Clemens. Pushes the tempo. Clemens gets it back. There's Fleming from the corner. Too strong. Offensive rebound pulled in by Dale Jones, and Iowa will reset. Jones from long three. Dale Jones, a transfer from Tyler Junior College in Texas. And a steal, some bad ball handling there. Pushing the tempo again. Fleming up and under.
And Fleming gets the basket, but how about the job by Clemens of dribbling with his head up? If he looks down at the ball, there's no way he sees Fleming streaking down the left side. Nice job by the senior.
It's the reason why he was the most improved player on this team last year, Anthony Clemens. Three-point attempt from Coppin State. No good, and the offensive woes continue. That was Morinda who misfired. Clemens controlling the tempo for the Hawkeyes. Bear from three, a little short. Eagles going the other way. There's Treadwell driving the lane, and he could not get the ball off the window.
Iowa in transition. It's a small thing, Jeff. The look ahead by Clemens, a sound basketball play. So many times you'll see a guy on the wing. His first move is to look down at the floor to dribble. Clemens doesn't fall for that, keeps his head up. Nice delivery in transition to Fleming. And you mentioned Clemens and his role a year ago. What really impressed me about him is that he was replaced in the starting lineup by Peter Jock, and he didn't complain, he didn't hang his head. He gave them valuable minutes off the bench because Coach McCaffrey told him that's where he could have the greatest impact. He accepted that role. Tremendous teammate.
Offensive rebound off the missed free throw, and now the Hawkeyes control the possession. Trey McCaffrey really happy about these young players on their team. Dom Ewell, a sophomore who is starting today because of the injury to Peter Jock. This guy down on the post, Juan Wagner, he's one to watch. Wagner, a mishandle. And an over and back violation by Jones. You see Iowa with 10 newcomers this year. Tied for the second most in the NCAA.
Coppin State has 9.
Yeah.
This is like a meet and greet here, Jeff.
I think they all wore name tags first day of camp. Had to have. For Coppin State, they might still be wearing name tags. Nice move to the baseline. Out of bounds, going to Iowa. 36-10. Just over 8.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Iowa in their season opener against Gardner-Webb, winning 76-59. Got 21 points from Jared Utoff in the first half. Hawkeyes didn't need him in the second half.
That foul there is a point of emphasis. You saw the armbar on the defender trying to guide or redirect the ball handler, in this case Fleming.
Second foul on Lucian Brownlee. He's going to take a seat. Christian Kessie comes back in. It all boils down to that freedom of movement. With all the rule changes, over 25 of them, these officials have to be on point. Any little bit of contact where you're a defender and obstructing an offensive player's movement, whether it's on a screen or whether the offensive player is driving, you just can't do that anymore.
As you take a look at, you mentioned a myriad of changes. These are 5 that really hop out. You'll notice the 2 restricted arcs. The inside arc is the old men's arc. Now that is the women's restricted area, and the one that is furthermost out is the new men's area.
Three-pointer, nothing but net from Andrew Fleming. Iowa's getting 15 points off the bench. Three-point attempt by Coppin State. That was a miss by Sylvester. Sylvester's got some serious speed. That's Harris inside. And a foul called on Wagner. Big weekend in Iowa City. Wrestling, football, basketball. It's a place to be, Iowa. Last 48 hours. Wrestling match on the football field, and then you've got the football game after that. Can you imagine wrestling in front of 42,000 people, Sean?
Well, for people that may not understand, the wrestling culture in the state of Iowa is remarkable, with Iowa and their in-state rival Iowa State amongst the elite year after year. They sell season tickets for wrestling. They will sell this very arena out.
Three-point attempt. Could not get the roll. That was Marinda. Offensive rebound. Haven't been too many second chance opportunities for Coppin State. Finally cash in on one there. Three-pointer by Kessie.
And a nice job by Kessie of catching the ball in the ready position. Allowed him to step into that 3 before Iowa could close out.
42,000 at Kinnick Stadium to watch that wrestling match yesterday. Shot short by Fleming. And it traveled. Treadwell didn't put the basketball on the deck. Iowa going the other way.
And one of the few times that Coppin State enjoyed a numbers advantage in transition, just not able to convert.
Christian Williams, freshman from St. Teresa High School in Illinois, checking in for Iowa. Bear had it knocked away, and numbers going the other way for Coppin State. And Marinda could not get the roll. So that kind of afternoon for Coppin State. Williams drives, and he's fouled. He'll get Kessie on the foul. That's his second.
Nice hesitation dribble by Iowa in the open floor. And again, the point of emphasis, Kessie put 2 hands on the ball handler. That's an automatic whistle.
How about the transition basketball by Iowa, too? 12 assists on 15 buckets. Tom Ewell checks in, replacing Dale Jones. And Williams misses the front end of a 1-and-1. Kessie thought about it. Treadwell, that's a good look. Not an easy bucket by any stretch. Wagner inside.
That young man could play through some contact. And he is a true freshman.
Super athletic. And we were mentioning at shoot-around today, Sean, that guy's body, that does not look like an 18-year-old body.
And he'll give you a great example of it here. Nice little rip-through move. Discards the Coppin State defender with malice and finishes at the rim.
Wagner just picked up his second foul, but Wagner, fantastic athlete, decided, my senior year of high school, I want to play some football. And don't forget to stay tuned at the half for the State Farm halftime report. Mike Hall will recap a wild football Saturday around the Big Ten and bring you the latest news as well. And Wagner said, you know what? I just want to give this football thing a try. Ends up being an all-state guy, 58 catches, over 1,000 yards, and 17 touchdowns.
And got some Division I offers as a result.
Oh, and by the way, he ran the anchor leg of the 4x100 relay. Kid can fly. He's got some great athletic ability. Rare look inside for Coppin State. Terry Harris couldn't convert.
Even though Harris hasn't been able to score tonight, is another wonderful job of executing the secondary break by Iowa. But Harris, when they get in league play, he's going to be a tough matchup there at about 6'7", 6'8". His ability to put the ball on the floor. He's not going to face the depth and the type of athlete he's facing here night in and night out once he gets into league play.
Yeah, he's got good game inside and from the perimeter. Terry Harris. Inside look. Couldn't get the roll. James Sylvester.
Iowa again, nice job of kicking the ball ahead. Beautiful utilization of the bounce pass. Watch the left hand. That's the offhand for Gazelle, and the delivery to Ewell running the left lane. Nice job by the senior delivering to the sophomore.
Mike Gazelle, one of the best in Hawkeye history. Had 9 assists in the opener against Gardner Webb. He's got 8 already. 4:46 left here in the first half. Gazelle's had quite a week.
Yeah, he just got engaged, so he better get used to giving.
He got engaged on Monday, had his birthday on Tuesday, opened up against Gardner Webb Friday, now playing here on Sunday. Nice look inside by Dale Jones.
And a nice job by Jones of taking the defender up, then the strong back cut.
And Gazelle got engaged right here at center court. Had the rose petals, a nice note, and a ring in the box.
Did he take her to training table? That's been my thing.
Did check her in?
Yeah. If it's free, it's me.
Good week to be Mike Gazelle. 2 on the clock. A miss by Kessie. Numbers going the other way. Here is Gazelle. Couldn't get the roll. Got his own rebound. Kicks it back out to Fleming. Fleming to Jones. Jones to the wing for Utah. Too strong.
But I really like the extra pass by Jones. He gave up a pretty good shot for a better one for his teammate Utah in the corner.
Shot by Treadwell off the mark. Rebounded by Fleming. Iowa going to slow things down here offensively. Dom Ewell playing some good minutes here. Spin move inside. Short. Rebounded by Coppin State. Treadwell going the other way. 3-on-1, and he splits them all. Josh Treadwell with a bucket. He's got 7. Fleming drives with the left hand. Too strong, but he's going to go to the line. The offense clicking for Iowa. Mike Gazelle running the point.
Mike Gazelle, 8 assists thus far. Here's one to the season. 17 assists versus only 3 miscues thus far.
Special type of player, and one of only 3 Hawkeyes to ever have 880 points or more, 350 or more assists, 200-plus rebounds, and 100 steals. That's a complete player.
And in addition to what Gazelle and Woodbury have brought tangibly to Iowa, it was really important for Coach McCaffrey to keep 2 in-state guys in-state, and he's done just that, and they've been solid 4-year performers thus far here in Iowa City.
A lot to be excited about here in this 2015-2016 college basketball season. Hawkeyes who made it to the 3rd round of the tournament, the round of 32, ended up losing to Gonzaga in that ball game. A lot of experience for the young kids that are now seniors. And a foul before the shot. They're going to get Gazelle his first personal.
You mentioned the early going. Here in the first full weekend when regular season games could begin on Friday, thus far up to Sunday, a number of upsets that have really gotten the attention of some folks.
Look at the Big Ten. Wisconsin losing to Western Illinois on Friday night. Utah for the left hand and a travel.
Yeah, he picked up that. He declared that right pivot foot, and he picked it up when he went to the left hand. Some others of note: Monmouth at UCLA. You've got Radford that went in and won at Georgetown. William and Mary destroys NC State at home. Chattanooga goes to Georgia.
Sacramento State over Arizona State. We've seen a lot of upsets. Cassie with a force, and the ball's going to stay with Coppin State. Nobody is safe in college basketball, whether it's the first weekend or the last.
What sometimes people forget, the schools that went in and won in those environments, they give out scholarships too. They've got some guys that can play.
Tom Ewell driving the lane, and the floater, count it. Tom Ewell, super athletic, won the Newcomer of the Year award last year. He's got 7 points and a chance to make it 8 with a free throw.
And watch where his eyes are on the release. He doesn't drop his head all the way through. Even though he takes a little contact, he keeps his eyes on the rim.
About the only thing Iowa not doing well today is shoot free throws. Just 4 of 11.
And they shot 74% as a squad a year ago.
Good block by Utah. And he controls.
Boy, that length is outstanding in his ability to get off the floor quickly. And the other thing that hopped out to me on that defensive play, he blocked the shot with his off or left hand. Didn't come across with the right for a potential foul.
Numbers going for Coppin State. And Keith Shivers. Make sure you stay tuned for the latest Big Ten news with Mike Hall on the State Farm halftime report. A minute and 18 seconds away. Iowa leading 47-22. They have dominated this game early. Good opportunity for Fran McCaffrey, even though it's the first half, to get some guys that might not necessarily see a lot of time. As Brady Ellingson knocks down a triple. He's got a career-high 10.
On another assist from Gazelle, and it's a small thing, Jeff, but where he put the ball to Ellingson on that pass was right in the shooting pocket. He didn't have to reload. It's a little thing, but boy, once you get into conference play and the athletic ability of teams to close out, this is going to be the difference. Watch where this ball is delivered to Ellingson. Right in the shooting pocket. He doesn't have to drop it down. Bottom of the well. Nice job on both ends.
9th assist, matching what he did on Friday against Gardner-Webb and matching a career high. Gazelle dishes. Ewell inside. Might as well call it a career week for Gazelle. Floater, nothing but air from Shivers. And Iowa's going to play for the final possession here in the first half. Ten to play here in Iowa, and they have been fantastic in the early going. As Ewell tried for the alley-oop, and Gazelle, for the first time, did not have a good pass.
No, and he stared down Ewell, and that allowed Coppin State to react defensively. He didn't look off the primary defender. Coppin State able to adjust.
At the buzzer, 3 no good. So our halftime score 52-22. And after a timeout, Mike Hall will bring you the State Farm halftime report. Our halftime score.
10 conference.
Ready to play the second half here at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Hawkeyes up by 30 with 20 to play in their second game of this basketball season against Coppin State. Mike Gazelle, it was all about him and Jared Uthoff in the first half, and immediately here in the second half, a whistle.
They got Kessie with the hold on the baseline cut.
For Kessie, that is his third personal. Important for Iowa to continue the same intensity coming out here for the second half. Offensive rebound by Woodbury. And a foul on Jeremiah Batts.
He drew a quick foul in the first 2 minutes of the ball game, went to the bench, did not see any action. Foul trouble also hurt the big fella for Coppin State in their first game. Had 3 fouls in 4 minutes.
Well, Batts has 3 fouls now. Utah. Now Woodbury inside. Oh, good backdoor cut. What a cut by Gazelle and Woodbury. Big man's got some skills.
Really pretty pocket pass by Woodbury. The roles are reversed. It's usually the guard delivering the bounce pass, but a nice job by Woodbury with the pocket pass. And notice he put enough mustard on it so the ball bounced up right into the hip of Gazelle. He didn't have to go down below his waist to get it. Nice delivery from the big fella.
Gazelle's got 5 points and used every bit of the back of the iron to get it in there. Thought for a second it was going to get stuck on the back. Good rotation by Coppin State inside to Batts on Woodbury, backing him in. And a foul inside.
Nice job by Batts of calling for the basketball. He understood that he had Woodbury behind him and made a strong, aggressive move.
Batts a big boy, and he even lost 60 pounds heading into this season.
He lost to Webster.
That's a lot. Battling down there with Woodbury, giving up a good 5 inches.
And Iowa utilizing a little 2-3 zone on the out-of-bounds situation here.
Five on the shot clock. Coppin State's got to go. That's Harris, and he drained the 3.
I'm telling you, Harris is going to have a nice career at Coppin State.
Turnover by Iowa, and Coppin State, the way that they shoot the 3, they could get back in a ball game pretty quickly. I know they were down 30 at the half. But when you can hit some 3s, it certainly doesn't hurt your cause. Harris strong to the rim, can't make either of his attempts. Here comes Dom Ewell out to Utah. Up and under on the reverse. That's pretty. Utah in double digits. He's got 11. 5 of 8 from the field. 3-point attempt. Too strong. That was by Shivers. Offensive rebound.
What good help defense by Gazelle. Excellent job by Gazelle of showing that allowed Clemens to recover.
Clemens got a piece of that one as Utah goes to the rack. Too strong. And it's going to stay with the Hawkeyes. Mike Gazelle, all-around player, not only dishing, but he's got the great defensive abilities, too.
At the top of your screen, watch that little quick jab coming right there. That forces the ball handler to retreat and allows his teammate Clemens to recover.
Clemens, the baby fade, got his own rebound. Couldn't get the putback. Iowa's come out a little cold here in the second half. And a foul. Batts is going to go to the line.
Nice job of looking ahead by Harris and a good rim run by Batts for Coppin State.
You're going to get Woodbury with a foul. That's his 3rd. That's been a problem for Woodbury, just keeping him on the floor. Fran McCaffrey acknowledging that, wanting him to be a low post presence and spend more time on the floor. 30 minutes is the hope. And the nation's best hoops are on BTN tomorrow. The Hoosiers host Austin Peay. Then Tuesday, the Buckeyes take on Grambling State. Hoops on BTN presented by April Air on BTN and BTN to go. Well, even when Woodbury goes to the bench, knowing you got a guy like Wagner who's going to the rack, is going to be the guy to follow. Not a bad secondary option for Fran McCaffrey.
And Wagner, he was going to dunk that. And Batts said, I'll have none of that. But tell you what, Wagner is impressive.
Averaged 15 and 11 as a senior last year at Wayne High School in Ohio. Again, a terrific athlete. Football player senior year. Ran the anchor leg of the 4x100 relay. Hits a couple of free throws. Pure stroke. Steal by Gazelle. Going the other way. Gazelle lost it. Clemens regains the possession. Utah. Now over to Gazelle again. Cross-court pass to Clemens. 15 on the shot clock. Wagner inside baseline. Pretty move. Really screen.
Nice job, Jeff, by Ahmad Wagner of opening up on that screen. He rolled and had his hands ready. Solid basketball play by the freshman.
Terry Harris answers with a bucket. The bucket by Wagner just a moment ago, giving Iowa their largest lead of the game of 34. Dom Ewell goes at the left. Now lays it in with the right hand. A block, and he'll get a chance for a three-point play.
And for the folks at home, they may say, hey, he was set. He was, from this angle, it looked like he was within the restricted area, the new restricted area. The crossover dribble by Ewell, the rotating over. Yeah, and he is inside that restricted area. So unless he goes for the strip or the block, if there's a block charge situation, it's an automatic block call if the defender is anywhere within that new extended white restricted area.
Same restricted areas in the NBA now, trying to get those uniform. It's a subtle difference, but it's a big enough difference to allow the coaches to really coach up their players in the offseason. With all these new rule changes, big point of emphasis. Tough shot. Keith Shivers.
A nice creation off the dribble by Cressy there. Oh, good job by Utah. Really nice job of not only just holding this position, but telling his teammate to pass it to the elbow so he could seal off further. Nice job by the senior.
Utah has 13, and he had the advantage of size inside, too. And a foul. They're going to get Wagner, but it's all Hawkeyes here in Iowa City. They're up 35.
Getting involved as well. Ahmad Wagner, watch the screen and the roll. Solid basketball play. Comes to a stop, allows his teammate, then he has his hands ready, catch, locate, finish. Nice job by Wagner.
Gotta love that if you're Fran McCaffrey, seeing your freshman be so heavily involved and playing at a very high level.
And having his hands ready and calling for the ball on that little slip screen.
Another freshman redshirt, Brady Ellingson, on the court.
Iowa right now just utilizing a zone defense.
Free by Harris. Terry Harris starting to heat up. He's got 10.
We had a double-double versus Eastern Kentucky after averaging a double-double a year ago in junior college.
Gazelle fires from three. A little short. Harris with a rebound and pushing the tempo. Three-point attempt by Shivers. Utah with a rebound. Utah has 7 boards. How about Wagner?
Yeah, that was a really tough catch by Wagner. Then the presence of mind to maintain body control.
Ewell knocks down the triple. Ewell has 15. Wagner looked like a wide receiver.
And Wagner, his athleticism there, saved a rare turnover by Gazelle because that pass was leading Wagner into no man's land.
Foul on the drive. And they'll get Gazelle his second personal. Dale Jones checking in for Utah. Iowa has Three players in double figures. Uthoff, Ellingson, and Ewell. 12 assists by Mike Gazelle. And out of bounds as Harris lost his footing. Iowa's going to get the ball back. And Christian Williams will check in for Gazelle. Big dividends once you get into league play.
And what they're going to review at the end of this ball game is, yes, they want these young guys to develop good habits, but in a situation like this, you want to make sure they're not developing any bad habits and taking quick shots and getting out of system. Reitner does a really good job of sitting down and getting low on the block.
Uses that lower half well as Jones drains a three.
And so many guys in the post, will play with their legs locked and try to create position with their arms. He sits down and utilizes from the waist down. That's what you're supposed to do in a post situation. That's very impressive for a freshman.
Three-point attempt. And that's Kessie. Kessie has 10. Jones fires from three again. His first miss of the day. Wagner almost ripped down an offensive rebound there. In good position. Kessie has a long two and it's short. Rebounded by Harris up and in. Williams getting some quality minutes here. Shot short. Rebounded by Harris.
Nice block out there by Harris.
Harris now with 8 rebounds. Nearing a double-double. Shot by Treadwell. Not an easy play right there.
Yeah, I think the rim was a rumor to him until he got right at it.
Ellingson inside on the give and go. Got the roll. Ellingson's got 12. Ellingson had 13 points all of last season. He's got 12 here today.
And Iowa utilizing the oldest play in the great game of basketball. You mentioned it, the give and the go. The defender turns his head. Ellingson makes him pay.
Kessie with about 15 steps, and he gets the roll. Comes up a little gingerly as Ewell fires from three. Boy, what an asset. Dom Ewell. He has 18 to lead all scorers. And a foul. Seymour is going to go to the line.
Well, Iowa getting scoring from a variety of sources. It's
Ellingson and Dom Ewell.
And Dom Ewell inserted into the starting lineup this afternoon because of the injury to Peter Jock. And Dom Ewell playing that role very well on his way to 18 points thus far.
First free throw good from Trayvon Seymour. Dom Ewell, it was said, needed to have a little bit more intensity coming into this game today and into the opener against Gardner-Webb. And you can tell that he's out there. He's got that fire in his belly here this afternoon.
Well, the bench is a strong motivator. And we were talking to Coach McCaffrey. He's like, hey, if I'm not going to get what I know I can get from you, you can come over here and be another assistant coach. Well, guys don't want that. That's one of the few tools that coaches still have in their arsenal to get a player's attention.
Andrew Fleming throws the ball away. Kessie going the other way for Coppin State. Good move inside. And James Sylvester draws the foul. We're going to get Fleming on the personal.
Little dribble handoff. Sylvester, nice utilization of the dribble hesitation. Got the defender up out of his stance, and Sylvester really held in check this evening for Coppin State. He had 17 points and 8 boards last time out versus Eastern Kentucky.
Dale Jones skies for the rebound. It's another guy that Fred McCaffrey very high on coming into this season. The transfers, he takes it to the rack. Jones has 10.
And a nice job by Nick Baer there of understanding that his teammate was dribbling at him. He vacated the area. That took the help side defender with him.
2:15 to shoot. And off the foot of Treadwell. Going back to the Hawkeyes. Christian Williams, another guy who can run the point. Nice move by Ellingson, up and under.
And it started on the far side of the floor. Ellingson came off shoulder to shoulder, Jeff, with the screener. That took out the defender, and then he dove right to the rim. Good job of moving without the basketball.
Brownlee hits a three. Ellingson right back to the rim. Adding on to his career high, he's got 16. You can see why he's the school's all-time leader up in Sussex, Wisconsin. Tough shot from Kessie. Going the other way. Here's Williams. Jones on the double. Swinging around to Bear. Nicholas Bear looking for help. Fleming's going to take the three. Short. Rebounded by Treadwell. Under 10 to play. Treadwell out of control. And Jones pushing. Jones spots up. Drained another three.
Nice play by Ellingson in transition of knowing that Jones was going to have the opportunity to step right into that. Good job of finding it.
Dale Jones, such a tough matchup. 6'8", and a guy who can shoot from the outside. Long arms inside, too. To the rack. Count it. Coming up next on BTN and BTN to go. Talking about that big wrestling match they had just down the street here yesterday. 42,000 strong. I'd be nervous to wrestle in front of two people, let alone 42,000. Williams couldn't get the roll, and we'll have a offensive basket interference.
I'm glad you changed out of the singlet that you wore to the arena today.
I know. I figured it wouldn't look very good on camera.
It was disturbing.
Was it the yellow, or was it the striped black that I had?
Yes, both.
All right. Because I had two styles that I went with. Opted for the tan suit. Very neutral. 35-point lead for Iowa.
Nice sequence there by Coppin State. Reverse the basketball, kick it into the corner, then the extra pass. Nice execution by the Eagles.
Kessie hits another three. And he comes away with a rebound. When Coppin State gets into their league play in the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, you can see how they could be troublesome for some other teams, the way that they can shoot when they're going well.
And Terry Harris is going to be a tough matchup. He has the opportunity to be a consistent double-double guy for this team. And we mentioned all the newcomers for Coppin State at the top of the show. One of the reasons is that their leading scorer from a year ago, Sterling Smith, utilized the fifth-year transfer rule and went to Pitt. So that's 14 points out of their lineup that left unexpectedly.
All Iowa here in Iowa City. They're up by 30. Good-looking bobblehead. Sean, do you have a bobblehead?
No, because you've seen the size of my dome. Can you imagine the amount of petroleum it would take to create a bobblehead to replicate this? There's no way.
It would have to have a kickstand or something on the backside, so it just didn't go over top-heavy. That's the point, though, the bobblehead.
Yeah, they wouldn't have to exaggerate. I have a dome. There's no question about it.
Anthony Clemens on the bench. He has had a good day today, getting the youngsters a chance to play under 10. Here's Wagner inside. Short, got his own rebound. Up again, Short, battling. Couldn't come away with it.
Boy, does he get off the floor quickly.
Some serious skills. That's Treadwell missing from three over the back. James Sylvester going to go to Iowa. This will be the rotation you'll see here probably for the end of the ball game with Ellingson, Wagner, Fleming, Bear, and Williams on the floor. Quality minutes for these guys moving forward. Bear, a walk-on. Guy who redshirted last season. who Fran McCaffrey likes a lot, with some real shooting abilities. Ellingson now has 17 points. Ellingson hits 2 and is tied with Ewell for a team-high 18. Iowa getting out of the gates really strong here this season. Again, the win against Gardner-Webb on Friday, dominating this afternoon against Coppin State. Underneath, no good. Treadwell battling inside, blocked away by Bear. Ellingson setting up his offense. And Sean, it all harkens back to what Fran McCaffrey has done here in Iowa in his 6th season, just setting this program up for success each and every year with the kids he brings in.
And last year, they finished very, very strong. They lost an overtime game to the Hawkeyes in about mid-February that put them at 6-6 in the league. The season prior to last year, they didn't finish very strong, kind of limped into the NCAA tournament. They were at a watershed moment for themselves, I believe, at about the 2/3 point of the conference season. They could have gone either way. They were 6-6. They won out to finish 12-6 in the league, and then really put it to Davidson, a very good Davidson team, in the opening round for the Hawkeyes in the NCAA tournament. Strong finish.
And also to lose 2 key players from last year's team, Gabe Olashaney and Aaron White. White, a draft selection of the Washington Wizards. Losing some presence there, but the 4 guys that have returned, the 4 seniors, Clemens, Gazelle, Utah, Woodbury. Such a presence to have to teach the young kids how to play in this program under McCaffrey.
The other area that Iowa really improved a season ago was on the defensive end of the floor. In 13-14, that was really their bugaboo when they struggled down the stretch. But last season, clamped down defensively, 2nd in the conference in points per game allowed at 62.
And you can even tell their perimeter defense this afternoon has been very good as Ellingson drains the jumper. He has 20 to lead all scorers.
And a nice job by Ellingson. He had 2 hands on him down low. The official was blocked off, but he was able to go up and convert that with a little bit of a 2-hand mini shove in the waist.
Foul down low. We'll get Jones off the bench, but look at what Iowa has done under Fran McCaffrey in his 5 previous seasons. 20 wins each of the last 3 years, and you look at the Big Ten records, they've gone up every single year.
And then they went from an NIT participant in 12-13, they went to the finals. Followed that up with consecutive NCAA tournaments over the last 2 seasons.
Harris knocks down the first of a 1-and-1. Harris had a good day today. He's got 14 points and 8 boards. Under 5 to play here in Iowa City. All Hawkeyes. Chance to get to the century mark here this afternoon. Inside to Jones, lost his footing. Outside now Williams for 3, got the roll. It's a home bounce right there as Harris comes up with nothing but air on the 3-point attempt. Getting scoring from everybody here. Williams from the baseline short. The only person who hasn't scored who's hit the floor for Iowa is Nicholas Bear. Looking to get him some points as Williams uncontested layup. Seen that a lot here today for Iowa. As soon as Coppin State has made a bucket, they are pushing the basketball up. Iowa going to empty the bench. Okay, Uka, one of the seniors, and the 2 SoCup twins, Michael and Stephen, checking in. This is Michael. Identical with his brother Stephen. And a three-pointer by Dale Jones. 97 points for Iowa. They didn't score 100 at all last year. And a steal by Uka. Shot by Jones. Not quite.
And if you're Iowa here in the last 3.5 minutes, you want to make sure that a noontime YMCA game doesn't break out. You want to continue to run your stuff.
Three-pointer by Treadwell. Knocks that down.
Nice extra pass. That's beautiful. That's unselfish.
Okay, Uka put it in. Three-pointer now. No good from Morinda. Long rebound. Too strong on the jumper from Brownlee. Ahead to Sokup. I want to call a Sokup to Sokup. And we'll figure out which one did which.
Feel free.
Inside, Uka. And that's 101 points. The fifth highest total in Iowa Hawkeyes history. Under Fran McCaffrey. Up and under from James Sylvester. The last time Iowa had scored 100 points was back in 2013. Where they put up 100 against both Maryland Eastern Shore and Abilene Christian. Morinda fouled on his way up by Uka.
Well, Iowa scoring at will to the tune of breaking the century mark from the floor. 17 minutes of action, and he's one of the many reasons that Iowa enjoys such a big lead in their second regular season game of the year.
We mentioned it earlier, but Ellingson came into this season with 13 career points. He has obliterated what he had done just last year in one game. And some of the new faces for Iowa, Dale Jones, Ellingson, and Ewell, with massive days.
And speaking of massive days, 39 made field goals thus far for the Hawkeyes, 30 of those coming via an assist.
In the game, Iowa shooting over 60%. That's getting it done. Up and under, Sokup couldn't get the roll. Sokup tried to save it, and it's going to go to Coppin State. Steven Sokup, junior guard out of Danville, Iowa. Transfer from Southeastern Community College. He and his twin brother. 1:40 to play. That's Treadwell hanging. Couldn't get the follow.
That kid's battled all night. I've been really impressed with Treadwell.
Treadwell, a transfer, began his college career at Rutgers Newark, Division III school. Then last year played at Essex County College, originally from Newark. Now playing for Coppin State and getting an opportunity. The guy just grinds.
Yeah.
Here's Michael Sokup, short on the free throw attempt. Chance to get himself in the score column. Good look from Morinda. Couldn't get the roll. Sokup with the rebound out to his brother Michael. Across to Fleming for three. And that's too long. Rebound by Harris going the other way, and a foul. That'll go on Steven Sokup. As you look at the upcoming non-conference schedule for the Hawkeyes, and it doesn't get very easy for Fran McCaffrey's squad. Marquette on Thursday, and that date with Iowa State, December 10th.
That game in Ames, and a year ago in Iowa City, a very close game at the half, but the Cyclones just came out and clicked on all cylinders in the second 20 minutes to pull away. And that game versus the Drake Bulldogs, another in-state opponent, will be played in Des Moines.
Florida State, no easy opponent either. That's December the 2nd here in Iowa. Under a minute to play. Iowa going over the century mark for just the 5th time in the McCaffrey era. Jones inside. That's Uka hanging in, and he got the roll. Okay, Uka. He's got 6 points off the bench. And that's out of bounds, staying with Coppin State. 33 seconds.
I think they reversed it. Yep.
Oh, going to Iowa. Way to hang with it.
Yep.
Not the best in the business for nothing, Sean. Fleming, great pass inside, couldn't finish. Stevens soak up, point blank range. 10 to play, Harris driving, and he's wrapped up. They'll get Uka. Second personal on Uka. Boy, 103 points from Iowa. Firing on all cylinders. Great defense. The passing from Gazelle. The bench play. You can't point to anything and say Iowa didn't do that well.
In the first half, if they had a blemish, it was their foul shooting, but they started to remedy that here in the second 20 minutes. And I think, especially in a game like this, Jeff, what you want to make sure is that guys aren't going out of system, and they certainly didn't. Their assist-to-basket ratio was wonderful here this afternoon.
Great performance from Iowa as they improved to 2-0 with a dominating victory over Coppin State, 103-68 here in Iowa.